Sea-Star Trafford Gold is a highly nutritious, well-balanced feed. It's made up mainly of a distillery syrup that comes from the distillery which is on site at Cargill, Manchester. We take the distillery fermentables, which are very high in rumen-friendly yeasts, and we mix that with the residues left over from the milling process, because Cargill ultimately extracting the starch to turn into glucose syrups and various other products they make on site. And then the streams are put back together to make this highly nutritious feed.
Well, we've got a high yielding herd of cows here, and dry matter intake is very important to us, and we find Trafford Gold to be a very good all-round product for feeding our cows, mixes well in the complete diet, and the cows like it. With other dry products in the diet, it does mix very well, makes the whole diet more palatable, and of course getting more dry matter intake is the key to getting more milk, particularly with the high genetic cows that we have here at Grosvenor.
In this diet here, it's actually a mixture of quite a lot of ingredients. The target overall dry matter of the diet is around about 55%. So in here you've got some maize silage, you've got some grass silage, you've got Trafford Gold, you've got processed bread, you've got space syrup, a distillery syrup again from Scotland, you've got rapeseed meal and soybean meal as well. And this is all the animals have, is their total diet. Well, the magic ingredient in Trafford Gold is actually the distillery syrup. It's really palatable, it's laced with lots of yeasts, and it's a bit like when you put Trafford Gold into a diet with other things, it adds flavour to the overall diet, a bit like putting jam on bread, and therefore you eat more of it. If the cows eat more of it, they'll produce more milk. So to demonstrate how palatable this feed is, there you go, hand-fed.
We spent about £75 million on a direct basis in building a brand new wheat mill. In a full year, we'll be grinding something like 750,000 tonnes. It will make it the biggest wheat mill in the UK by a factor of 3 or 4. We're bringing in 100 trucks of wheat per day, and we're putting about 150 trucks of finished product and Trafford Gold out each day. We go back with KW, with the ABF group generally, as customers, as suppliers, as collaborators for many, many years and decades. And so the connections between the businesses have always been very, very strong. KW have done a fabulous job since about 2000 now in selling old Trafford Gold out of the factory here in Manchester, and we have every faith and had every faith that they continue to do that.
We've been heavily involved in developing the product. It's spent at least 2 years with doing lots of trial works about different scenarios. We've organised trials on agricultural colleges to assess energy level, the right combinations. We've done preservation works. There's been a huge amount of work that's gone on, and we've both learned from it. It's great to be part of a new project within agriculture, and with all the biofuels and everything coming on stream, it's very exciting times. But there's a lot of challenges with the go with that. I mean, we're talking about moist feed that could be anywhere producing of about 1,000 tonnes, 800 to 1,000 tonnes a day. We have a store that can only hold 3 days worth of production 24/7. So we have to be absolutely confident that we can move the product, and that's where the relationship with Frontier on the transport, they do all the logistics with us. And also you have to be big enough that when things go wrong, suddenly you need more trucks or suddenly you've got to lose them, that you don't get all upset about it, because particularly when a plant starts up, there's a lot of friction because things don't go as they planned. But the key thing is to hang together and to be able to work together jointly, which has been very important. And it's very important for our customers as well. Cargill is a very important customer to KW. We need to demonstrate that we can maximise the value of their products in the marketplace. We're taking very much a long-term view, and the key thing is to make certain that that we have a sustainable partnership, for the long term, not just the short term. The great advantage for us is that now that the plant is here, we've got a constant supply of raw material which is coming in through Frontier, but that also gives us a constant supply of a high volume of moist feed that's coming out.
Trafford Gold fits very well into our green requirements here at Grosvenor, because we send wheat into the Manchester plant and we get the byproduct sent back here, so it's almost lorry for lorry going each way. That's very efficient, cuts down on the food miles, so that's perfect for us.
We're trying to do for processed food what is being done more and more routinely now in the fresh food market. So our objective is to cut down food miles, to source wheat as locally to the plants as we possibly can do, and then sell our glucose and our Trafford Gold as locally as we possibly can do. And that's a process which is significantly more effective using UK wheat than it would be using imported French maize.
It's a very good value feed. And also the flexibility in which we can take it. We can either take it in feed loads, have it delivered as we need it, or at certain times of the year when it's at a favourable price we can take it and clamp it and then feed it out of clamps as we go along.
We're looking at around about 300 to 350,000 tonnes a year of Trafford Gold that will be coming out. Now, in order to find customers for that, roughly we need about 2,000 customers, which is a lot of customers. Our sales specialists are having to displace other feeds on farm and persuade a farmer that using Trafford Gold is far better value for money for him. So our guys all the time are going out and saying to a customer, challenge us to reduce your feed costs. So then we take his current diet that he's doing, we look at it, how he could incorporate Trafford Gold into it, and work out all the numbers and go back to him to say, right, well, if you were to use Trafford Gold, you can save X amount. Product can be the best product in the world, but if it's not backed up with good service, you know, farmers are just not going to want it if they can't rely on the feed. And a lot of that comes down to communication. You know, when things do go wrong, you have people that are prepared to pick up the phone and say, look, I know you're expecting your load on Tuesday. We've had some problems. Is it okay to Thursday? Or are you going to run out then? All right, you're going to run out then. I'll have a word with another farmer and see if I can swap some things round. So, you know, that's where it's very, very important, both from a frontier point of view and also the team that supports Trafford Gold in the Sherburn office as well. It's those teams working together that makes it a very good relationship.